not a hoax or a bad dream. It's brought us to our knees. If someone comes in without a mask, just tell them to leave. No mask, please leave. No mask, please leave.
Because I care about you. I care about you. I know that all the things you do affect me too. We can make it through whatever if we work it out together. And I know somewhere you care for me too.
A mis suegros no tendré que ver, qué perfecta solución. ¡Hey! COVID bells suenan otra vez. No queremos enfermarnos, a cuidarnos bien. ¡Hey! I swear I can be better. Give me the strength to hold on. When will I ever get out of this? When will it feel like home? If you think that'd be enough, 'cause it's a big old world and we ain't got time to play. Hello, sunshine, it's me. Hello, sunshine, it's me.
Ninguna de una familia incompleta corona sin esperanza ninguna. Ay, de mi corona, corona, coronavirus de muerte. Ay, de mi corona, corona, coronavirus de muerte.
COVID-19, you don't get to win this holiday season. You're not coming in, you're not coming in. Hi, I'm Marie Acosta, the director of the Sacramento Artist Corps, and welcome to Artists in Action, an online series highlighting work by Sacramento artists who are creating unique messages designed to keep our community safe as we weather a national health crisis. When the pandemic began, artists lost their livelihoods and were at great risk of contracting COVID-19. The Sacramento Artist Corps, made possible by the City of Sacramento Metro Arts, organized and paid artists to creatively message our city's residents on health and safety measures addressing COVID-19, much like the WPA did during the Great Recession. The Artist Corps is using theater, storytelling, poetry, visual art, live streaming, music, video, and photography, and paid over 40 artists to respond to COVID-19. Tonight, we'll get an inside look at the music team, now called the Corona Chords, with Amy Kelly and Dinorah Klingler. Good evening.
Hi.
It's so good to see you.
Good to see you, Mary. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
While Amy Kelly, when the pandemic hit, had just finished up a successful season, was planning for another as a musician, actress, and composer with Sacramento's B Street Theater.
Yes.
Dinorah was in the midst of organizing a fabulous mariachi festival here for all of Sacramento, where she was also going to be performing. And none of those events happened. And I know from personal experience talking with both of you how badly this virus hit you as individuals and the organizations and other artists that you work with. So now that we've been through this crisis up to now, not entirely through it, and
Right.
we've had the opportunity of your talent and skills. Can you talk a bit about the music corps, the Corona Chords, and that experience of creating music for our communities? Amy, you want to go first?
Of course I will. Well, actually, no, I get nervous, but I'm going to go first. When I was asked to do it, I really wasn't sure what to expect. And, I'm trying to not say no when I get nervous. I'm just say yes. And I am so grateful that I did. What this project was so much more than I anticipated. To be an artist working during this time, writing music to inform people about COVID-19 across all communities was so incredibly important. I mean, I love performing on stage. I absolutely love my work at the B Street, but this was so important to get this message out in a time that people need to hear this. And through music, that's a great way to do it, because people get tired of seeing all those images, the news, all those things that are being shoved at us. But to be able to write music about it, to me, was, I was like, what, write music about COVID-19? I think I could do it. And then to pick this team that sort of randomly came together, and to have only really met with them twice in person.
You and Dinorah didn't know each other before
I'd seen her. I only knew the myth that her, the like I'd see her in passing.
Got it.
A couple times. But that, I couldn't believe it when we finally did meet, that I haven't known her all my life. It felt like that was the kind of connection that happened between all of us, that we just worked together so well. And it was mostly virtual, but with Dinorah, I got a creative crush on you, Dinorah. I do. I mean, it was. And then singing with her, I got to sing with her.
Yes, we're looking forward to more harmonies and melodies from you and Dinorah. And Dinorah was one of the first artists I heard from when the pandemic hit and everything shut down. And it was heartbreaking to hear from artists and to realize that everything we had planned, everything they had lined up for the rest of the year that supports their families, it puts food on the dinner table, everything was gone, just gone. So Dinorah, when I asked you if you would participate in this group, I'm not sure what you thought, but I'd love to hear about your experience now as we've gone through this Artist Corps project.
Well, Mary, that anything that has to do with music, I am in. I literally love what I do. Definitely my career has been based in performing and teaching, and absolutely music is my life. So this project sounded just perfect for me. Now, you told me about Amy, and I was like, Amy Kelly? I don't know her, but I'm totally curious to meet this lady. So when we finally met, like Amy says, we had a fantastic click. It was nothing wrong between us when we met, and we start talking about this. Okay, we're gonna get together, and it's hard, of course, because you have to be covered. You don't see smiles as easy as normally, no COVID at all. But what a pleasure to work with her. She's a great leader, let me tell you, Amy. You are a great leader, and very, very proud to have you as a head of this project that we did with all our hearts. Something really traumatic happened to me in August this year, in the middle of the production, and I'm sorry, before the production is that I lost my dad to COVID. So it hit me personally, really, really personally, Before my dad passed away, I heard about all these people getting sick, many of them dying out of nowhere, boom, boom, one here, one there, from friends to people that we don't even know, everybody, So, wow, what a perfect opportunity to put in words another song for my dad. And one of the songs that I contribute with this to this project, it was precisely one of the songs about my dad's life and what happened to him. But it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
People relate to personal experiences that we've all gone through during this pandemic. And when we first conceived of this project, I think I mentioned to each person, that the intent was to show how the arts can serve our society, can serve as a vehicle during a national crisis, and to also make sure that our artists survive, because with no money, that was going to be, that has been and continues to be a pretty difficult situation. But artists in service of community, artists as responsible and caring, empathetic citizens was something, a role we don't usually play. And throughout this crisis, I think we've had, it's had an effect on all of us. Can you talk a bit about that, about your role as artist and conveyor of a social message to help our community get through this, Amy?
Well, I mean, as far as being an artist, I've always sort of communicated my feelings and everything through comedy and on the stage. And this was something very different. This was a challenge. I mean, I could write a song about what I had for breakfast this morning. That's what I do. I'm a lyricist. I'm good at it. But then to write about COVID, I you know, it was hard at first, but then the idea that we would get these songs out and that the people in the community would hear them was so incredibly important, especially writing songs about holidays, gathering together. That was very specific. We wrote songs about how, you know, we'll see you next year. We love you. We're going to do this through Zoom, or we're going to see you through FaceTime. But for me, it was, I don't even know if I'm answering the question, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it was a huge undertaking, and we wrote the songs that we wrote were about everything, not just COVID awareness. It was about being in the hospital. I have a song here. Yes, Dinorah wrote about her father, it's an incredibly beautiful song. Hello Sunshine, which is talking to that from a child's perspective. You know, Zoom for the holidays. Obviously, that was about being, you know, on Zoom for the holidays. That kind of says it in the title, but it felt important and something that needed to happen to get the message across. I
think too, Dinorah, as coming from a community that's been one of the most devastated in the pandemic, how did an opportunity like this to make that message clear to our community, in particular the Spanish language, Spanish speaking community, affect you and how you work as an artist?
Well, you know, Mary, my first language is Spanish, and I was so happy that in this group of artists, we were very well represented. All of us, you know, we are, I think three of us are Latinos, as Art and Pano and myself, and then we have the Americans, and in reality,
the Italian.
Italian. we really made a beautiful blend to bring the message to the community. For me, but it's very, very important. And you know that I am a musician, to the looking always how to touch the hearts of people. And I thought, okay, two of the styles that Latinos love the most is, of course, music to dance, la cumbia. So I say, you know what? If that is what it takes for them to listen to the song, how am I gonna make a cumbia? And that's exactly what I did. So I wrote Coronavirus Yo Soy as a first person. It's like the coronavirus is talking to
yes, people. And we are going to hear some of those songs. And,
yes.
And I also think it was remarkable, the group that you brought together was so unique and distinct, from distinct backgrounds. Everyone is, by the way, on our website.
Yeah.
For those of you who have joined us tonight, go to our website and check out these fantastic musicians that are part of the Corona Chords. They're all here, and you'll be able to hear more of the work that the Corona Chords did throughout this project, and they're all fabulous. Dinorah's going to sing for you tonight. I haven't been queued up yet to say, put her on, but I'm sure I will hear too. I think we're all so interested in hearing from both of you and this experience, but the whole group was so dynamic and so excited. Every time I talk to you, it was just really great. So you can, out there in the public, those of you watching, go to the Latino the Latino Center of Art and Culture website, www.thelatinocenter.org, and you'll get all the information about the Artist Corps there, and about the Corona Chords and all the other projects that the Artist Corps has done throughout this project. And Dinorah, are we going to get a snippet from you, I hope?
Yes, absolutely. So I would like to play first this beautiful song that I wrote for what happened to my dad. It's a tribute to him. And this is a ranchera, which I'm sure I'm gonna be able to play for all of you in the future as well with my all-female mariachi band. We are 13 girls, so you're gonna hear from us pretty soon. So, okay, I'm gonna sing this song. It's called Miguelito. A sus casi 80 años, lleno de vida y alegría, Miguelito preparaba sus maletas para el día en que fuera a celebrarlo con todita su familia.
Miguelito era tu papá, ¿verdad?
A la hora.
Miguelito era tu papá?
Así es.
Miguelito was your dad.
That's
Yes.
my dad. So that is his name, Miguel, but we call him Miguelito, and that's what it is.
And he traveled across from Mexico, across the border with his maletas, his luggage.
No. The song is speaking about he lived in Guadalajara, and last summer.
No, es cierto. Yes.
Last summer we were preparing to celebrate his 80th birthday in Mexico City. In the house, we rented an Airbnb, and everybody was ready to go there. And there you go. It was canceled because of COVID in March.
Yeah.
So
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I did interrupt you. So please continue because it's such a lovely song.
Yeah. Okay. Ya no veía la hora de viajar a la ciudad, a reunirse con sus hijas que de lejos vienen ya para hacerle a Miguelito su gran fiesta familiar. Pero un día en las noticias alertaron de este mal. Era un virus silencioso que lastimaba a la humanidad. Miguelito, igual que todos, en su casa se encerró. Pero un día sus amigos visitaron con amor, y con ese amor de amigos en la puerta les abrió. Al caer enfermo y débil, con gran miedo sospechó que era el virus tan famoso a quien todo se espantó, y devoto le rogaba a su Dios su protección. En su terrible agonía a sus hijos abrazó. Miguelito no sabía que su hora le llegó, y en sus últimas palabras a sus hijos les dejó una bendición muy grande y la huella de su amor, y el alma de Miguelito hasta el cielo se marchó.
Gracias, Dinorah. I think almost all of us have known someone who's either been very sick from the virus or has passed on, and that song is lovely about your father's passing. Just beautiful.
Thank you.
Amy, are you tearing up? Because I had to kind of.
Yeah, I was trying not to cry, and I started choking because my tears went back into my throat. So hopefully he didn't see me choking during this.
Those of you who needed a bit of a translation, just very quickly.
Yeah.
This Dinorah's experience about her father getting sick, everyone wondering what the heck, and then finding out, realizing it was COVID-19, and the last words to his children before he left when it was his time to leave, and wouldn't have been if it hadn't been for COVID-19. As so many, over 400,000 Americans we've now experienced this horrible virus. That's a beautiful song. Amy, I know that that you told me about your experience with the group and within the group, singing these songs and others who wrote songs about keeping their families safe. And how did the group process all of these losses that were going on at the same time and the role they had, again, as artists to do something about it?
Well, it was a difficult process we had to be as safe as possible to protect everybody in the group and everybody's family. But yes, throughout the process, not to give too much information away, but people were dealing with COVID very closely. And we had to, as a group, figure out how to maneuver and keep each other safe. And that was, extremely difficult. Like I said, we only met 2 times in person. But what people did is they wrote about their experiences and they shared it on their social media sites and got it everywhere, within their communities, through their friends, everything, to their families. And we just had an open dialogue about everything. We have songs about everything, all kinds of experiences. If you go and you listen to these songs, like I said, from children's perspective, from people who lost people to COVID, I wrote a song about, I love you, but you got to stay away. And then again, Zoom for the holidays, how we wanted to be with our families so badly, but we had to protect them. So we just tried to write about everything and try to get the message to all kinds of people and situations, not
Right.
just one thing. We weren't just telling people to wear a mask. We were telling people being in the hospital is insane, to be alone, to die alone. So many things around COVID-19 that we had to get out.
Right. And now we have to make sure the message gets out for people to get the vaccine the moment it's available to them. People must get the vaccine so we can create herd immunity. Who are the other artists in your group?
Oh, yes. Okay. We have Pano Rodides, and I have everyone's name here because they're not going to look at him. Arturo Padilla, which he was a musician, sound engineer. Oh my gosh. If you need sound stuff done, Art is the guy. Dinorah Klingler, obviously. Alexander Lewis, who's my bandmate. He was the only one I knew before this. And
Really?
yeah, he was the only one I knew. And again, and then Ryan Harbert, who is beautiful on the piano. Everybody had their strength, but Alexander was the only one I knew. And usually people form bands when they meet. They go, let's form a band. But this was like forming a band with people you've never really met or worked with. You didn't really know and everybody had a special skill, superpower. So I didn't feel so much like a mentor, more of a wrangler of musicians. Going like, we need this here now. We need a song about this. We need to have this done by this time. So I was like a wrangler. But I learned so much from each one of them. As a musician, I am now a better musician because of it. Oh. I am now I have all these connections. I'm going to have Art do an album for me after this. I'm going to sing with Dinorah. I'll write her music until I can't write anymore. I'd love for her to sing my songs. There were so many connections made with this group of essentially strangers.
Well, I know there's a great deal of interest. We're getting feedback from people who are seeing the show. And I just want to mention again that all of these fantastic compositions, lyrics, singing can be heard at the Latino Center of Art and Culture website. Just go to the new website, latinocenter.org, and scroll to the Sacramento Artist Corps. It's right there in front. Scroll down to the Artist Corps and listen to these wonderful, wonderful original compositions by a team of amazingly talented Sacramento artists. Dinorah, how about another song?
Oh, we got one more? Yeah. Do you have another one?
Yes, awesome. Okay, this is the one that I told you about, coronavirus speaking in first person. And I want to second what Amy said. Definitely, this is an incredible opportunity to meet these amazing musicians that they are gonna be in our lives forever. Now we're in each other's lives, and we are supporting each other through these times. And when this is finally over, we're gonna have the chance to play together again. But that's
Yeah.
now for sure, for real, all of us together.
You're stuck with me, Dinorah. Yeah.
Okay, this song is called Coronavirus. It's me. I am coronavirus. Vivo en el abrazo de tu amigo. Vivo en el besito que te dio. Vivo en cada cosa que ha tocado. Y tocarte ahora fue tu decisión. Viajo por tu cuerpo y no lo notas. Baño cada órgano al que voy. Y en menos de lo que te imaginas, me apodero de todo tu interior. Coronavirus, me llaman coronavirus, yo soy. Puedo darte una tregua y pasar sin dejar huella. Coronavirus, me llaman un asesino, yo soy. Puedo quitarte la vida sin decirte por favor.
That's the way this virus is. I'm sorry.
Con normalidad quieres vivir. Sin pensarlo más, bajas la guardia. A tus grandes fiestas también quiero ir. Ahora tu familia se ha enfermado. Pagarán el precio de tu error. Puedo perdonarte a ti la vida, pero míos son tus hijos desde hoy. Coronavirus, me llaman coronavirus, yo soy. Puedo darte una tregua sin pasar, sin dejar huella. Coronavirus, me llaman un asesino, yo soy. Puedo quitarte la vida sin pedirte por favor. Porque si me buscas, me vas a encontrar. A la ruleta rusa tú quieres jugar. Gritas que el gobierno robó tu libertad. Yo puedo robarte eso y mucho más. Coronavirus, me llaman coronavirus, yo soy. Puedo darte una tregua y pasar sin dejar huella. Coronavirus, me llaman un asesino, yo soy. Puedo quitarte la vida sin decirte por favor.
Oh, isn't that the truth? That's fabulous. You never hear about coronavirus talking as itself, right? And that's what this song did. Coronavirus was singing this song like, I can take your life away without even asking please. So you just, you're not careful. I'm right there and I will do what I please. Great, great lyrics. Really wonderful message. I'd really like to thank the two of you for being a part of this process. I've gotten to know almost all of the artists in this project, and it's just fabulous. I have to also extend a big thank you to Richard Falcon.
Oh, yes.
Teatro Nahuatl, a kindred spirit right there with us, pulling us along all the way. Richard, thank you so, so much.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Manuel Pickett from Teatro Nahuatl, from Teatro Espejo,
Barbara.
was also a part of this project. This happened as a community, for the community. I can't think of anything that has given me so much hope as this project has done. And thank you all for being here with us. Thank you, Ruben Reveles. Thank you, Nico Colon. And
Thank you, Marie.
we'll see each other
Thank you, Marie.
Sunday
Thank
soon.
you, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes.
Marie.
Listen to the music. We